As a loan officer or lender that works at a new home community pretty much every weekend, I get a lot of questions from buyers, but probably the most common question I get is, what's the interest rate? And so that's fine and all, and kind of opens up to more dialogue and things like that. But if you're out shopping for a home, probably the best question to ask if you run into a lender at the development, especially if it's a price range that you maybe don't know all the breakdown of payment and all that, is just ask them. Say, hey, if I were to buy this home that we're in right here, or the one that's available for sale, what would my approximate payment be if I bought with minimal down payment? Or if I bought with 10% down, what would my payment be? Or if I bought with 20% down, what would my payment be? That's the best question, because now you're out looking at those homes at the development with an actual real payment and cash to close figure that makes that home price mean something to you. Because what's $800,000 mean to you? You're not buying it for $800,000. You need to know what the monthly and your out of pocket is, right? So if you know those two, and you're looking at this $800,000 home, and then the next one is a $750,000 home, you can compare those with what's important. One might be $6,500 a month. The other one might be $6,000 a month. Oh, it's a $500 a month difference between this home and this home. That's really what you need to know when you're shopping for homes, especially when you're at a new home community and you're looking at, 4 different homes and they're each at a different sales price. Again, if you're not paying cash for the home, if you're not buying the home with cash, and I don't know many people that are doing that, you're financing it, you need to know what's the monthly payment, what's that difference, okay? Big part of it is what's your monthly payment, what's your total cash to close on each of the homes that's here, okay? That's gonna help you shop for your next home at a new home development. So next time you're shopping for homes, thinking of looking at homes, going to a new home community, a couple things you might wanna ask. And I mean, ask this to sales agent, but you can also ask this to the lender, especially if the lender is there. That'd be super helpful. Good things to ask are, at that price range, what would the payment look like? And do you offer any incentives, temporary or permanent rate buy downs? And if so, what difference will that make in the payment? See, that's where I think the translation is missing. I see a lot of advertisement to buy the rate down for 2% the first year and 1% the second year, and all these big advertisements the builders are putting out there, but they're not putting it out there in the format that's easy to understand. We need to be able to understand, what does that do to the monthly payment, right? So when a builder says, oh, we're offering this special 2-1 buy down, where the first year it's 2% lower, or second year it's 1% lower, and then it'll be the note rate for the remaining term. Okay, how much is that gonna save me, right? What's my payment gonna be my first year? What's it gonna be my second year, right? So this is important. These are the things I would ask. If I was out shopping for a new home, these are the things I would ask the sales agent, especially the lender. Coming from a lender, I don't get asked these very often, and I think people should ask these. So just those tips for you.